This is the Galactic Commonwealth frigate Tiberius of the planet Avalon. We extend greetings to all peaceful species in the cosmos. We come in peace and seek only to foster mutual understanding and cooperation. The reptilian captain of the Zion scouting vessel paused as the message played over their speakers, his many eyes narrowing as he listened intently. The Zion had encountered dozens of species in their time, most of them hostile or indifferent at best. This is the Galactic Commonwealth frigate Tiberius. We are sending our goodwill from Avalon, and it is our practice to initiate communication with any new species we encounter. We intend no harm. The Zion captain motioned for his communications officer to respond. The translator device whirred and clicked, decoding their speech into something understandable. This is the Zion Empire scout ship Vigilant. We acknowledge your transmission. Do you understand us? Silence followed. This exchange marked the first contact between the Zion Empire and the Galactic Commonwealth. The Zion had been dispatched to investigate rumors of a new power expanding on the borders of their territory. They were skeptical, having seen many fledgling civilizations rise and fall without ever posing a threat. But this Commonwealth was different. They had appeared suddenly, almost out of nowhere, on the edge of Zion space. What was concerning wasn't just their sudden appearance, it was the precision with which they dismantled the Zion outposts in their path. At first, the Zion hadn't taken the threat seriously. They were a warrior race, seasoned by centuries of conflict. They didn't believe any upstart civilization could pose a significant threat. But as outpost after outpost fell to the Commonwealth, the Empire began to pay closer attention. As the Vigilant arrived at the border where their empire met Commonwealth space, they received another transmission. We, the people of Avalon, greet you. We offer you a message from our home. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. We do not seek conflict, but we will defend our borders. By the time the Vigilant reached the end of Zion territory, they found that 3 of their colonies had already been claimed by the Commonwealth. The Zion High Command, now alarmed, ordered the Vigilant to confront the nearest Commonwealth fleet and establish a dialogue to understand the motives of this mysterious enemy. When they finally came face to face with a Commonwealth fleet, the Zion were surprised. The ships were sleek and efficient, designed with a simplicity that belied their potency. The frigates were named after mythological beasts of Avalon, Griffin, Hydra, Phoenix, and their destroyers after historical figures of their world. The Zion initiated contact again. This is the Zion Empire's scout ship Vigilant. We wish to understand your intentions. Why have you invaded our territory? The response came swiftly yet calmly. We do not seek war, but neither will we tolerate threats. We have offered peace and have been met with aggression. The actions of your empire forced our hand, but our quarrel is not with your people, it is with those who started this conflict. The Zion captain was puzzled. Who started this conflict? We have no record of contact with your species until now. The human commander of the Tiberius, appearing on the viewscreen, stared coldly at the reptilian captain. 2 centuries ago, our world was ravaged by an unknown force. A fleet of ships appeared out of the void, attacking our cities without warning. Billions perished. It took us centuries to rebuild and to finally trace the origins of the fleet that destroyed our world. And now we find that your empire, the Zion, were behind the attack. The Zion captain blinked, his reptilian features showing genuine confusion. This must be a mistake. We have no record of such an attack in our history. The human commander held up an ancient data tablet. Our records show otherwise. This was the fleet that decimated Avalon. The profile matches your ships, though the design is outdated. The origins are unmistakable. He played a recording, the audio crackling with age. This is Avalon Central Command. We are under attack, unknown ships, orbital bombardment. Cities are falling. The recording was a patchwork of distress calls, desperate pleas for help, and the final transmissions from a dying world. The human commander continued, we have spent centuries searching for those responsible, and now we have found you. The Zion captain was silent, grappling with the implications. His ancestors had attacked the species, and now they were back, not for conquest, but for vengeance. We did not know, the captain finally said. We were not aware of this history. The human commander nodded grimly. Now you do. We are not here to destroy your people, but we will not stop until those responsible are brought to justice. The choice is yours, assist us in finding those who gave the order or face the consequences. The Zion captain understood the threat. His empire had started a war centuries ago, and now they were reaping the whirlwind. I will relay your message to my superiors, he said. Perhaps there is a way to resolve this without further bloodshed. The human nodded. We hope for peace, but we are prepared for war. The choice is yours. The Zion captain, gripped by a mix of dread and duty, turned away from the viewscreen and faced his bridge crew. The message from the humans was clear, and he knew the implications. He needed to act quickly if there was any hope of averting disaster. Transmit a priority 1 message to the High Command, he ordered his communications officer. Include the full recording of this exchange and request immediate guidance. The officer nodded and swiftly began encoding the transmission. The captain knew it could take hours, perhaps even days, for a response to return. He could only hope that the bureaucrats back home understood the gravity of the situation. The human commander had been blunt but reasonable. There was a chance, however slim, that this conflict could end without further bloodshed. But for that to happen, the Zion Empire would have to acknowledge a dark chapter of its past that had been buried in time. As the message sped toward the Zion homeworld, the Vigilant maintained its position on the edge of the Commonwealth Fleet's sensor range. The frigate's crew was on high alert, their fear of these mysterious humans growing with each passing moment. The captain's thoughts were interrupted by the tactical officer. Sir, we've detected a disturbance at the outer edge of the system. It's a small fleet, Zion design. They're on an intercept course with us. The captain's mandibles clicked in agitation. Reinforcements were arriving, but he feared what might happen if they engaged the Commonwealth fleet without fully understanding the situation. Open a channel to the incoming fleet, he ordered. Identify ourselves and instruct them to hold position. They must not fire on the humans. The tactical officer complied, and the captain held his breath as the seconds ticked by. He knew his comrades, Zion warriors, were proud and quick to defend their honor. If they misinterpreted the humans' presence as an act of war, the situation could spiral out of control. The viewscreen flickered, and the image of a Zion battleship appeared. The captain of the incoming fleet, a grizzled veteran named Frack, glared at him with suspicion. Captain Vin, what is the meaning of this? Frack demanded. Why have you not engaged these invaders? Vin took a deep breath. Captain Frack, these invaders are the Galactic Commonwealth. They claim we are responsible for an ancient attack on their homeworld. They seek justice, not war. If we can prove our innocence or help them find those truly responsible. Frack's eyes narrowed. And you believe them? Humans have always been a deceitful species from what I've heard. Why should we trust their accusations? Vin hesitated, knowing that Frack's instincts were shared by many in the Zion military. But he had seen the pain and determination in the human commander's eyes. The evidence they presented is compelling, Captain. They played us a recording, an old transmission from their world as it was attacked. The technology matches our own from centuries ago. We cannot ignore this. Frack's expression softened, but only slightly. And what do you propose we do, Vin? Surrender? Beg for mercy? No, Vin replied firmly. I propose we seek the truth. If our ancestors were indeed responsible, then we must own that. But if the humans are mistaken, then we will defend ourselves with honor. For now, we must not provoke them further. The High Command is reviewing the situation. Until we have their orders, I advise caution. Frack grumbled, clearly unhappy with the situation but unable to deny the logic in Vin's words. Very well. We will hold position for now. But if they make any aggressive move, we will respond in kind. Vin nodded, relieved that Frack had agreed to a temporary ceasefire. Thank you, Captain. I hope it doesn't come to that. With the Zion reinforcements standing by, Vin turned his attention back to the human fleet. He knew that the fragile truce could shatter at any moment, depending on what the High Command decided. Hours passed, tension mounting on both sides. Then, finally, the Vigilant received a priority response from the Zion homeworld. Vin read the message with growing concern. The High Command had confirmed that records existed of a rogue fleet that had been sent on an unauthorized mission centuries ago. The fleet's admiral had been a radical, obsessed with Zion superiority, and had apparently taken it upon himself to attack any species he deemed a threat. The fleet had never returned, and their actions had been erased from official history.